Hello friends, welcome to C Programming Video Tutorials series. In this video tutorial, I would like to give you a brief introduction to CodeBlocks IDE. You can see here the CodeBlocks shortcut is visible. CodeBlocks is a free, easy to use, open source, cross-platform IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. CodeBlocks is a development environment for C and C++ applications. CodeBlock is integrated with variety of software tools like it has editor, compiler, debugger and many other software tools essential for creating any C or C++ applications. Using the inbuilt editor, we can edit C and C++ programs easily. With the help of compiler, we can compile, build and run our code. With the help of debugger, we can debug the code easily. Debugging means finding unexpected errors and removing them. I suggest you people to install the CodeBlocks in your computer system to follow up from here onwards. CodeBlocks is a very small size, easy to install software. You need not to depend on CodeBlocks software to understand what I am explaining in this video tutorial series. You can use any of your favorite IDE like Dev C++, Notepad++, Visual Studio, Turbo C, etc. You just copy paste the code and run in your favorite IDE. It just works. All you need is understand the C programming language clearly. Once you install the CodeBlocks on your computer system, you find a shortcut for CodeBlocks software at the desktop. To launch the CodeBlocks IDE, you just need to double click on the CodeBlocks shortcut. If I double click on it, you can see that the CodeBlocks IDE is getting launched. It is giving you some information that CodeBlocks is the open source cross-platform IDE. You can see that the IDE got launched. This is the user interface of the CodeBlocks. We understand the different components of the CodeBlocks user interface step by step. At the top, you find the title bar. Below the title bar, we have menu bar. Below the menu bar, we have toolbars section. On the left hand side, we have management panel open. In the middle, we have start page open. It has a title start here. Below, we have logs panel open. And at the bottom, we have status bar. We discuss each of the components of the CodeBlocks user interface step by step now in detail. As I told, at the top, we have title bar. In the title bar, you find the title of the currently open page. At present, the start page is open. Its title is start here. The same thing we are seeing here. Also, it is showing us 16.01 version of the CodeBlocks is installed. On the left hand side, it is displaying a CodeBlocks logo or icon. If I click on the logo or the CodeBlocks icon, we get a context menu. With the help of this context menu, we can perform different operations on the CodeBlocks IDE or the window. We can minimize. You can see that the IDE got minimized. I click on the icon on the taskbar. You can see that the CodeBlocks IDE got maximized. I click again on the icon. I click on restore to restore the window. When the CodeBlocks IDE is in restore mode, we can resize the window. We can resize the window according to our requirement. I click again on the icon. We can click on maximize to maximize the window. When window is in the maximize mode, we cannot resize the window actually. It takes the entire available width and height. We cannot resize the window in the maximized mode. Also, we can close the window by going to this icon, click on the close option, or you can use the Alt F4. If you click on the close, you can see that the IDE got closed. To relaunch, I just double click on the CodeBlocks shortcut. You can see that the IDE got launched. On the right hand side, we have a few buttons. We have minimize button. If I click on it, the CodeBlocks IDE get minimized. I open it again. If I click on restore button, you can see that restore down button is there. If I click on it, the window gets restored. In the restore mode, we know that we can resize the window according to our requirement. If I click on maximize button, the window gets maximized. In the maximize mode, we know that we cannot resize the window. Also, we can close the IDE by clicking on this close button. The IDE got closed. To relaunch again, I double click on the CodeBlocks shortcut available on the desktop. You can see that the CodeBlocks IDE got launched. Hope you guys have clearly understood the title bar of the CodeBlocks user interface. In the title bar, we have a context menu here for performing minimize, maximize, close, restore the window. We see the title of the currently open page, we see the version of the code blocks, and we have minimize, maximize, close button. Below the title bar we have menu bar, we have list of menus there, file menu, edit menu, view menu, search, project, build, debug, etc, etc, etc. We discuss each of these menu bars step by step as and when we need. Okay. Below the menu bar we have toolbars section. In the toolbar section there are 10 toolbars open. Each toolbar contains set of tools for performing some operations. We can hide and show those toolbars at any time by right clicking on the toolbars section or going to view toolbars. Here also we get the list of toolbars which we can hide and show. For example, if I right click on toolbar section, click on browse tracker toolbar is going to be invisible. If I click on it, you can see that the browse tracker toolbar is hidden. Right click, uncheck, 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 right click, uncheck. All the toolbars are hidden. Now how do we make them visible? How do we view them? If I right click, I don't get the list of toolbars because the toolbar section is not available there. I go to view, say toolbars, click on the main. You can see that now the main toolbar is visible. In the main toolbar we have some tools like a new file, open, save all files, undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, find and replace. Actually we will not be working with the main toolbar. Main toolbar is something like a standard toolbar in Notepad and all. We don't work with this toolbar most of the time because all these operations we can perform with the help of shortcut keys, right? If I go to file, say new, to create an empty file I can take help of the shortcut key Control Shift N. To open a file I can go to file, open, you can see we have Control O. To save a file we have Control S. To save all files we have Control Shift S. To undo we have Control Z. To redo we have Control Shift Z. To cut, copy, paste any text we have Control X, Control C, Control V. Most of the operations we are going to perform with the help of shortcut keys, right? So we don't work with the main toolbar. If you want to hide it, you just need to go to view, say toolbars, and say click on the main to uncheck it. The main toolbar is not visible now. View toolbar, and I say this time debugger. You can see that the debugger toolbar has a few tools for debugging purpose. Debug, run to cursor, next line, step into, step out, next instructions, step into instruction, break debugger, stop debugger, etc, etc, right? We will be working with the debugger toolbar when we want to debug our code. If we want to trace our code, we take help of the debugger toolbar. Okay, I go to view, I go to toolbar, I am going to uncheck this debugger by clicking on it. Debugger is not visible now. View, toolbar, compiler. I click on compiler to make it visible. Most of the time we work with the compiler toolbar. This is a toolbar has different tools which are required to build and run our project. We have rebuild tool, we have abort tool. Okay, so remember that we will be not working with all of the toolbars all the time. We will be working with very few toolbars, so we can hide them and show them according to our requirement. Hope you guys have clearly understood how do we show and hide the toolbars, where we get the list of toolbars. On the left hand side we have the management panel. This is a place where we are going to manage our projects. You can see we can manage projects, we can manage global symbols, we can manage files, we can manage local symbols, we can manage resources. I go back to the projects tab. You can see within this projects tab we see the different projects or list of projects open or with which we will be working. Okay, hope you guys have clearly understood what we can do with the management panel. Here in the middle the start page is open. The start page has the title start here, the same title you see here. We can close the start here page. If I click on the close button, the start page is closed. We can make it visible by going to view, click on start page. You can see that the start page is again visible. We can close this management panel by clicking on this close button. The management panel is closed. To make it view again, we go to view, click on this manager, and the shortcut key is Shift F2. If I click on manager, you can see that the management panel is again visible, or management window is again visible. In the start page, we see some quick tasks. For example, we have here create a new project link. If I click on it, we get a window saying new from template. We can create some new projects. I close this. We can open an existing project. We can get the tip of the day. If I click on tip of the day, it gives me a tip. You can have more than one project open simultaneously. It is telling that yes, it is possible to open more than one project simultaneously in the projects panel. We can see next tip if I want. If I click on the next tip, it shows me the next tip that each project can have more than one build target. For example, a target to build a library, a target to build an application using that library, etc. So tip of the day is one which gives you some tips which are useful while developing applications. So I close this tip of the day window. And also we have visit the code blocks forum. We can click on this link to visit the code blocks forum to help others or get help from others, suggestions from others. We can report a bug or request a new feature. And below here we have recent projects. It is showing no recent projects because we have not worked with any project recently. It is not showing here list of recent projects. Recent files is going to display the list of files with which we worked recently. As we have not worked with any file, it is showing no recent files. Okay. Hope you guys have understood what you get in the start page. Below the start page, we have logs and others panel. We can close it by clicking on the close button. We can view it again by going to view menu, click on the logs or use the shortcut key F2. If I click on logs, you can see that the logs panel is visible. Here we have various panels or windows like build log, build messages, we have debugger. We discuss about each of these panels step by step later as and when we need. Most of the time we will be working with the build log or debugger panel. Below the IDE we have here status bar. In the status bar it is showing default. Default is the perspective. If I go to view, here we have perspectives. In the perspective you see a default perspective and the minimal perspective. At present the IDE is in the default perspective. That is what it is showing here at the bottom in the status bar. On the right hand side, if you right click, you will see that English United States language is used and enable spell check is enabled. You can see that. Hope you guys have understood what you get in the status bar. That is all about the user interface of CodeBlocks IDE. Hope you guys have clearly understood. I suggest you people to watch this video again and again, get comfortable with the CodeBlocks user interface. In the next video tutorial, we understand how to create a new project in the CodeBlocks. For this video tutorial, this much is enough, friends. For more benefits and be up to date, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to like, comment and share these videos with others so that everyone will get benefited. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.